Welcome everyone to episode 74 of Video Game Book Club. I'm Tabimura, and today I am joined by Genji, Nakuso, Soul, and Force. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
This time around, we're going to be talking about DAAAARK. This game was nominated by Genji, and it was selected on the Wheel of Mystery with a 6 out of 69. Nice. Chance, or 8.69% chance of winning. DAAAARK was developed by Realm Forge Studios, published by Calypso Media, and was originally released on July 3rd, 2013 for PC. On DAAAARK's Steam page, it reads, quote, ignore that review score, by the way, on the Steam page. DAAAARK is a unique stealth action game with RPG elements in which you take on the role of the ultimate hunter, a vampire. Ambush your enemies from the shadows, roam the darkness, and use powerful vampire skills to dispatch your opponents. But that's how the Steam page describes the game. How would everyone here describe the game? And the order of presenting will be Nakuso, Soul, Tabimura, Genji, and Force. And we will also be including some responses from VGBC members who couldn't make it to the recording as well. And this includes Fenty, who will be read by AI Genji, and Teoman, who will be read by AI Nakuso. And please be advised, there may be spoilers ahead. With that said, let's get started. Question 1. Describe the game in one sentence. Take it away, Nakuso.
Next.
Dang! Dang! That's ruthless. Okay. Soul?
It's existentially grim, dark in the modern days of vampires. Next.
Okay. Let me get my monologue going. As I finished sucking off my 11th neck of the night, my head began to throb. This big pounding sensation in my head, a migraine unlike any other, throbbing. There was just so much throbbing. That's when I realized I was still on the first level, and I still had 9 more hours left in this wonderful game. What about you, Genji? How was your dog?
Join Goth Eminem as you journey through a painful stealth action vampire game.
Not a paragraph.
Hey, there was no period.
There's perfecting the art of false advertising, and instead should be perfecting the art of being a competent video game, which in the end will leave you wishing you just stayed inside a poorly programmed bush. Next.
Dang. Okay.
Is it me?
Yep, it's you, Force.
Yes.
Yes. I wrote, it's morbid time.
Beautiful. All right. AI Fenty?
Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me, AI Fenty. Lots and lots of big sucks. Next. Beep, boop.
Is me, AI Tailman. Get ready for some dark times ahead.
Oh my God. All right. Awesome. Question 2. What platform did you play the game on? What difficulty did you play on? And how many hours did it take you to finish the game?
So I played on Steam using the PS5 controller. PS5 controller. On the normal difficulty. It took me about 6 hours and 45 minutes to finish the game. How about you, So?
Wait, you finished in 6 hours? Good Lord.
Dang. That's smart.
Well.
Oh, yeah. I finished it before Christmas, so.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Makes sense. Anyways, I played this on the PC, Steam, also on normal, which took me about 3 hours, a bit over 3 hours. 13 hours.
Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah. That would be concerning if it was 3 hours. Anyways, next.
So I played DAAAARK for some reason on Steam, on PC, using my Pulse Red Xbox Series X controller. Pulse Red, because my head was pulsating the entire time while I played. I played on normal, and I clocked in 11.4 hours into this game with my 1.2 playthroughs. Next. What about you, Genji?
So, I played it on the Steam Deck. I'm deeply sorry, Steam Deck, for subjecting you to it. I originally played Dark in the native mode on Steam Deck, but then the game would refuse to save and the cutscenes wouldn't work. It wouldn't auto save, it wouldn't manually save, so I had to change it to desktop mode to solve that problem. I played it on normal because I've already played the game and beaten it before on hard. So my wait a second, talking about playstyle also, aren't we?
No, that's going to be the next question.
No, oh yeah, sorry. I was going to say I've merged the few together. And the problem is because I've played this game multiple times. My run through this time took about 3 hours and 49 minutes. But in previous times, it's been when I first played it about 6-ish hours to get through the game,
Wait,
roughly.
Genji,
So,
what did you mean by
yeah.
the problem is? What you mean the solution? Tenet 2.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I'll say it was a wonderful
There
3
you
hours
go.
and 49 minutes, and games should not be judged on how long it takes because it is all about experience, and a 1 hour experience can be better than a 50-hour experience. But Dark, unfortunately, is an experience.
There you go.
Take it away, Force. How
Oh.
long did it take you to force yourself through this game?
Too many. Because I saw anyway. PC keyboard, mouse. It took me like I don't want to say the hours because it's embarrassing. 18.
18.
I died a lot on stage 2, and I mean a lot.
Dang, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Okay.
What about you, AI Fenty?
Hello, it's me, AI Fenty. Boop. I played on myself because I am AI, so I played on PC on normal difficulty, and it took me a solid 8 hours to finish. Boop.
Hello, I am AI Tailman.
Hello.
PC, Steam.
All right.
Oh no, hour.
No, he didn't write
Oh.
anything.
Okay. If I look at his Steam profile, it looks like he played for around beep boop 8 hours.
Dang.
That's impressive.
That's impressive. Good job, AI Tailman.
Can I
Thank you.
strike that from the record since the 8 hours wasn't on his submission?
It was what?
Can I strike the 8 hours from the record?
Sure.
Done.
All right. Let's move on to question 3. Describe your playstyle towards the game. Take it away, Nakuso.
Okay, so I went through this game doing a mix of stealth, non-stealth combat. Usually in stealth games, I like to not kill anyone if I have to. And you know what? That's what I did for most of the game.
Nice.
But if things went dark, I turned dark. And I did what I had to do to eliminate every enemy in the room. Because you know what they say? A stealth game is also a killing game if no one finds you, right? If you kill
Mhm.
everyone, technically it's stealth, right?
That's true.
Because no one found you. Yeah. So specifically for the skill tree, I went for health. Then the shadow grip was my second upgrade. Then the insta kill. Then the shadow kill. And then the bees and the light and the darkness. And then the regeneration
Mm-hmm.
and the shadow leap and the blood and the assassin skill. Now, if all that sounds weird to you, it's okay. Because there's a lot of this is 10 to 2. There's a lot of skills in this game. And the skills that I picked are good. And they never failed me. Everything else I did not care about. And that combination made the game super easy. I am not reading from a script. This is all coming in my head.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Next.
Well, for me,
I-
I just killed it. Those that like just get in my way, or I use my abilities, like just we're focusing on agility and stealth rather than the lethal ones. Well, then again, let's be honest. I tend to use that a bit. I use shadow kill a bit too much sometimes, but
Mhm.
mostly I'm a bit. It's just so easy just to maneuver for some people, some of those enemies. So yeah, more for agility and stealth than aggressiveness.
Nice.
Next,
My playstyle suck all the neck. no neck to be left unsucked. And then after I did all that, went straight into Shadow Grip because everybody likes to get gripped in the game with consent. I maxed it out. I just wanted to kill things from a distance, and it just made the game incredibly easy. I was similar to you, Soul, where I did the whole shadow leap, shadow kill thing. But then after I spoke with Nakuso and he told me about it, I was like, there's no way that ability is that broken, the whole Shadow Grip. And it turns out it was. After I did that, I went into that passive ability where you can increase your blood points, so you can keep just shadow gripping everyone with consent. And yeah, that's pretty much my gameplay. Oh, and I keep reloading each area because I want to kill everyone as much as possible. And yeah, that was mine. What about you, Genji?
So my playstyle involves Shadow Leap, max health, max stealth, as in the time it takes for enemies to notice, because I want to perform as much consensual neck sucking as possible. Maxing out Shadow Grip, increasing my blood points so I can do as much shadow gripping as possible. I just loved gripping them from the shadows with consent. And I also increased the amount of blood I gained from neck sucking. Maxing Shadow Leap was great because I could just leap to the exit without getting caught. Maxing Shadow Grip lets me make sure the bodies vanish when they die, so I could easily escape. I also play around a lot with the invisible bush programming. That was arguably the most overpowered ability of all. And I would also cheese the programming of certain levels where if you go to a certain point and shit hits the fan, just backtrack to where the previous section you were on the map. And because the game is programmed in areas, it would kill off all the alert you've got in the area, and then you could venture back in once it calmed down. But your alerts for being noticed wouldn't track from programmed area to programmed area. So as long as you as long as you go back into a room that had the door still open, and all the enemies were dead, then you had no alert and you could just wait out that time. So, that was that. That's one way of going about it. Anyway, Force, how did you force yourself through the gameplay with your style? Did you use Shadow Force?
Yes. I used the strat of dying over and over and over again.
Nice.
I use the Shadow Force ability because we live in the shadows. I used the Obscure ability a lot towards the end. When I realized, especially just try to get to the rooms, that came handy. Especially those small, tight rooms are like, there's no way. Trying to break the game. I tried to do that multiple times. Just try to play. I just played the game wrong. Especially that second stage. I saw you could just run through the wall. You don't this. They said the UV lights. So for the AI of the sniper guy, it doesn't change until you go to that path, and he sets that way. So I kind of just went the complete opposite way towards it because I can just go back and forth and go completely not like how the game you're supposed to go about it. I didn't want to. I played the game wrong. It's probably why it took me so many more hours.
Nah, you just really love this game.
Yeah, I loved it. The fact that I
tripled Genji's playtime.
I definitely left the game running on by accident. So it's
that's what it was.
It is, but it's still high. Yeah, I really love Stage 2. GeoForce is my favorite. I love GeoForce.
Just hear the pain.
Forever. I should buy GeoForce.
So sorry.
All right, next.
Beep boop, it's me, AI Fenty. When I played this game, my playstyle was aggressive, stealth, can't be seen if they were all sleeping. I only did beep boop, the main missions.
Thank you, AI Fenty. What about you, AI Tailman? Was that AI Force?
I am, man.
It is me, AI Tailman. I played fully aggressive. Can't raise an alarm if there's no one left to do.
Damn. Holy crap. AI Fenty and AI Tailman. Like the same AI, same programming. All right. Question 4.
Beep.
What is one thing you like about the game and why? And you have to say something you like about the game. Nagaso, go ahead. You first.
So, one thing that I liked about the game
Mm-hmm.
was the credit. I was joking. I was joking.
Dude, that's what I wrote for the first part.
Tenet 2, Tenet 2.
I think we all wrote that.
Oh, real? No, I actually didn't write that. The
I
first
did.
thing that I liked about this game, and out of three, because I had three legitimate ones,
Mm-hmm.
it was the music, and I was surprised. I was like, "Wow,
Oh, dang
this
it.
music shouldn't probably be in this game because,
Yeah.
it really shouldn't be in this game." I was like, "I hope this person got paid. Whoever did the OST, specifically Become the Night." I actually listened to that track a few times. I was like, "Wow, this is great. This is a complete opposite of this game, which I like." So that's what I like, the music. Daniel Farrow's the person who produced this track. I hope you're okay these days.
Shout out to
I hope
Daniel.
you're okay. All right. How about you, Soul?
Oh wait, I'm supposed to talk about that. Oh, right.
Yeah. Remember, this is the part where you talk about what you like about the game.
Hmm. I'm
Mamma
looking
mia.
through I'm looking through them that one. I guess I won't, I'm not gonna lie. It is some sort of a guilty pleasure is playing as a vampire, just sneaking around, just taking down your enemies like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting spotted, but because they call themselves as a special force, like really elite groups, but no, they just have like they never even tend to look at the corners. But that's another topic.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Tenet 2, Tenet 2.
Tenet.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. But yeah. I guess it's a guilty pleasure a little bit, just like taking down your enemies, like as a vampire. Next.
I can't. I really did write the credits, but I can't use that one.
Tenet 2, Tubby.
Tenet 2. Okay. I like how when I press load and save on the game, it works. Like when the game is working, like it's really working.
No, it's not. It broke on me like 4 times.
Doesn't
Tenet
work on
2.
Steam Deck.
Tenet 2, when it was working, like it was good. Like when the enemies would follow their established patterns of where they're supposed to go, and your abilities were working and line of sight was working properly, like it felt like a stealth game. And I really got to commend it to Doc for being the best stealth game it could be. What about you, Genji? What about you?
Tenet
What's
2,
one thing you
Tenet
like?
2, Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet 2.
Tenet 2. Okay, let's attempt this. Dark keeps sticking its ugly, colourful head time after time throughout my life. Quick
Mhm.
backstory. Dead Space and Dark were my bread and butter back when I would start off a YouTube channel a decade ago at this point, back with 17, 18-year-old Genji. So if it keeps sticking its ugly, colourful head up, it must have some positives. So I'm going to go with partly what I've just said. It's the colours. I actually think there are times the game can be quite colourful.
Ooh,
It's got green and purple and,
black.
all colours on a spectrum, which is great. And honestly, as my little ADHD brain goes, ooh, colours. And the benefit of that was it came out in 2013. So the PS3 era, Xbox 360, where everything was brown. I feel like everyone can remember that era of gaming where everything just had brown.
Mm-hmm. This one has green.
Yeah, so it has purple and green and bright colours, purple and green. So it's a positive because it's very colourful. I mean, it's not impressive graphically. I would argue it's quite an ugly. Tenet 2. Sorry, it is a little bit hard to find the positives in this game. Honestly, it just might be a little bit too dark. But up the FOV and you can see lots of colours.
Nice.
So, Force, what positives are you going to force yourself to talk about today?
You're such a comedian. You're so funny. I see what you did there.
Doc.
Truly. The cell shading. I think it looks very comic booky. It reminded me of the Telltale games. I thought that was probably on maybe purpose. It did come after. This game did come after the first game, I believe. The first season of Telltale. I don't know. I liked it. I thought the cell shading was nice.
Nice.
I felt comic booky. I hope that's their intention and that's what they were trying to do, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong in that. Next.
Awesome.
Hello. It's
Hello.
me, AI Fenty.
Hello, AI Fenty.
Even edgier Geralt. Beep boop.
What?
What?
Even edgier Geralt.
An even edgier Geralt. Nice.
I can only pick one.
Oh,
Beep boop.
okay.
All right. It is me, AI Tabman. My answers are very short, so I am going to say them all.
We can do
Number
them.
1. Yes, if they're short enough.
Oh,
Tubby has told me.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the question. Surprisingly good music. Fast loading times. Easy to pick up gameplay. Beep boop.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead, AI
Okay, well
Fenty. Finish off your other points.
I liked how challenging the stealth was. One slight mess up and you're caught. The powers were amazing as well for a huge stealth approach.
Awesome. Thank you, AI Fenty. All right. Let's move on to question 5. What is one thing you did not like, and how would you improve it? Nakuso, what is one thing you did not like? Go ahead.
It's hard to think of a thing I didn't like. This game was like probably like one of the
Darkest
better
game, so-
VGBC games of this year. you
Oh,
know?
that's true. That's true.
If I had to pick something I didn't like, I guess it's the gameplay. I mean, all right. I went to this game knowing this game wouldn't be as polished,
Yes.
coming from Genji telling us over the years. So I made sure not to take the game seriously. And I did the dumbest things. I voice acted. I got edgy. I was listening to golf music while I played. It was amazing. Enemies getting stuck on corners. Beautiful. Stopping in their path after being alerted, just standing there, looking, never going back, allowing you to be spotted no matter what you do. And sometimes you have to reload your save. Incredible. Enemies having no animation at times and instantly snapping, along with Eric going left and right with one frame of animation. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I waited in the shadows, sneak attacking everyone around the corner until it didn't work because they would come around the corner and immediately see you. So it was so useless. The camera going to first person.
Hey, I thought you said one. You're running off a laundry list.
No. This is
Hold up. Name some for us, dang.
This is my poor gameplay. That's included.
Oh my god. Okay, I keep going then.
I'll leave some for you. All right. But that camera though.
Yeah, yo, 100%. I'm with you.
Interesting choice. And you know what? How come you can't vote off a ledge right next to you? Isn't that strange?
I'm more surprised that this that
it's so strange that you can't do a corner kill or a ledge kill or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like an Uncharted.
a drop down
So,
kill.
okay, so how would you fix all these problems?
I just realized now looking at my script, the script I have here, I didn't write how to fix it. I think this is the first game oh my god. Dude, I'm sorry. This is the first game where I literally didn't write how to improve it for all 3 dislikes.
Dang. Reported.
Wow.
Tenet 2.
Okay, but I know how to. Oh, that's easy how to improve it though.
Uninstall
Make
it.
it good.
Oh.
Let's see.
Okay, that's not an answer. Just say make it good, not bad. Come on. That's not how to actually
Okay.
an answer.
Fix the
have
coding.
AI actually be coded to where they don't just stop in a path, where they don't just instantly snap towards you. Fix the animations, the stealth, being in the actual shadows instead of having to use an ability to not be seen by enemy.
Mm.
That would be great. That was like one big gripe I had because I was like, okay, surely the basis of most stealth games is if you're in the shadows or a really dark place, an enemy shouldn't be able to see you or barely be able to see you. But this game, no. So that would be awesome if they. I mean, they're not going to do it unless they did a DLC, which I doubt. But if they did have a sequel for this game for some reason,
But can I want to throw on one thing? The funny thing is, you guys never played the original. The version you guys are all
What?
playing received a giant patch to fix lots of the AI and gameplay issues regarding
Are you
the
kidding?
being caught, noticed all that. So there was a pretty big patch that came out to fix to try and improve things.
Dang.
wow.
Wow. That changes everything.
When
That
was
changes
this?
everything. Okay. I'm going to raise my score.
When was this?
Seriously.
Can I lower my score?
No. You're locked in.
Oh my god.
You're locked into
All
that
right.
9.
You know what? I don't want to keep going on. I have a lot I could say. I think I
Yeah.
combined 4 different topics into one in this
And
thing I
think
wrote,
you spoke
Yeah,
of
you
one of
did.
them that we talked about.
but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's on to you, Soul.
Where do I start? My God. Let me pull out this list really quick. Give me just a second, as I wanted to pick what's really bugging me. Ooh. Yeah, let's talk about the. I want to talk about. I think Nagas already talked about the basic AI stuff. I think I want to talk about a bit more on, like, a little bit on the bosses mostly,
Okay.
as I put down the number 1. I get it. You want it to be in a modern day setting. Vampires are supposed to be dangerous and most powerful beings in the underworld. But for some reason, why are these vampires using firearms? 2 of these vampires should not be using firearms at this point. Are they supposed to be this strong? My gosh. It's cool they don't want to use firearms, but God, at least incorporate some, like, integrate like some of their ancient vampire powers into this kind of stuff. Like, are you kidding me?
They ran out of money.
Two. You have a guy that that has taken like a dark age vampire castle and as a museum, and you're making him use a gun. That's it, a gun, along with the other goons in the area. So
I never really thought about that until now.
Dude, that's so
but-
good. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. Here's
You're
the
gonna fight a
pans.
werewolf.
Oil. Here you go.
You gotta.
it's like, bro, like,
Maybe.
God,
Breaking
you're a
soul.
vampire, for God's sake. Use your
Maybe they gotta
vampire
fight.
powers. Don't be just like hiding behind the gun, just like being along, like mingling along with the enemy. It's you use your. I've been told that you're strong. You're strong. You're supposed. This
So-
guy that has granted like a lot of power, slaughtered a lot of people just to gain the strength. But no, at this point in time, you just use a magnum revolver in hoping you can destroy this guy. What, you can't use your vampiric powers just like to see where this guy is at, or something, or at least change the location. My God,
Hmm.
I'm looking at you guys, and God, I don't know. This
It's
game
breaking
is
soul. His soul is shattered.
especially the third boss. He did nothing. I'm sorry, but God, I just want it to be unique, man. I want it to be like shown off instead of just like being like as some sort of paper tiger from what the characters I was talking to about it.
Actually, the last boss didn't use a gun.
Don't even get me started there, Nakuso.
That's true. He's got a point.
Yeah, but that's just.
So how would you fix it? How would you improve this?
Having these incorporate like their again, make them use their ancient vampire instead of just relying on just their guns. A lot on this.
What gun?
Because. Yay. This game is such an existential crisis of what it wants to be.
It wants to be cool and edgy and
wants to be dark.
Wants to be dark.
Yeah, I think just make these vampire. I want to apologize that it was supposed to be about the gameplay itself, but I think I was just talking more about like the design of the bosses at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I went off a little bit on the books on that.
Nah,
it's okay.
You should have called it dumb nuts. Then you would have went off the books.
Yeah.
It's okay. So
what we were talking about is like a story. I'm like, where is this story going out to? But that's someone will probably talk about this one. Anyways, before my software goes down, who wants to go next?
Okay, I'll go next.
Go for it.
So man, this game is so interesting because this is the very first game where I have played as a vampire that is like this slow moving. Like everything feels so jank and slow. I don't understand why it's like that. Like Shadow Leap, that is like the slow. you could be prepping a sandwich, finish it, and finish eating the sandwich by the time he lands on the other side of the map. I was like, dang.
Oh yeah.
I was like, and then the whole sucking mechanic, it feels so slow. It feels like you're just moving in molasses the whole time. Like you're a molasses-filled vampire. Like it doesn't make any
You can
sense.
upgrade from 8 seconds
You
to
could
4 seconds.
upgrade it.
That's true. You could.
You could
So a
upgrade it
whole
to make it
4
faster,
seconds.
But that's
quieter,
the equivalent of saying like, oh yeah, the snail speed is going to increase to the speed of a turtle. Like everything is just so slow.
It also makes it quieter.
But Tenet 2 is saying because everything is so slow, you can have more time to methodically think about what you want to do for the rest of the day as you're leaping back and forth and what you want to eat that night. So that part, I'm really happy for this game. But for real though, the abilities, the skills, it's just the entire thing. As Nakuso with his laundry list kind of nailed it on the head. Just everything just feels jank. It feels just very to play. In order to fix it, they just need to like fine tune like a lot of things, like the animation, add more animation frames when you're doing these abilities. Tighten the hitboxes, tighten fix the programming so the enemies are actually following a set pattern or rules. Like I don't mind jank in a game as long as that jank is consistent in the game. Like if that character is going to be doing a 180 every time he hits a soda machine and grabs a soda, like just make that a common pattern for every soda machine. Just like, yeah, like I said, jank. I could get by. I could get by it sometimes, but
That's charm, right? Some games have charm.
Yeah. Sometimes the jank can have its share of charm, and if it was a little bit more consistent with that jank, I would be a little bit more okay. But yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with this game, but I'm just gonna focus on the whole skill set, how slow you feel. I just don't really feel that dark. I just feel like a snail in molasses. But what about you, Genji? How about you?
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to touch on the story and plot holes. I'm going to make it quick because I know I've only got 3 minutes
Mhm.
to do this. So honestly, I believe that games can tell groundbreaking stories, but also I always touch on this that I believe that the gameplay of the game trumps the story, and you can look to previous video VGBCs I've been part of. Baldur's Gate 3, Callisto Protocol, The Artful Escape, for my viewpoints and times I've spoken about my feelings of gameplay versus story. I do love a good story, but holy fuck, does Dark fail at both. So enter Dark, a game which honestly should be studied by other studios as a masterclass in forgetting your own lore and fumbling with what could have been an almost passable game. Unfortunately, it's hard to pass a game to someone when it's too dark. Well, unfortunately, Goth Eminem was copywritten, so enter Eric, bane of my existence. Firstly, throughout the game, you'll encounter ghouls, which are created when a vampire drinks the blood of another human. Anyway, Eric Bane is a newborn vampire who suffers from an urgent need of chugging his creator's blood, or he will also turn into a ghoul. However, either the developers quickly gave up on following their own important piece of lore, or they couldn't find their notes. I don't know, maybe it was probably too dark to see them, because honestly, you would make at least a good 200 goals by the time you end 3 to 6 hours of generous gameplay at best. There goes the whole plot. Honestly, like at the end of the day, they talk about the fact that if you drink someone's blood, you will turn them into a vampire. But if they can't drink your blood, they will turn into a ghoul. I feel like Eric has, and you've been told ghouls are bad, shouldn't make ghouls, but then you spend the entire time in the game making ghouls after how many people's blood you've drinking. Maybe Eric is a fake half vampire and not a real vampire like everyone else, which is why that doesn't apply to him. However, I'm not here to make excuses for Dark Story. Moving on, though, Eric cannot remember who made him, so naturally, in all the original writing, you must do the sucky suck of progressively stronger vampires. In total, there are 3 vampires you have to sucky suck because, of course, there are 3.
Mhm.
The rest of the story doesn't redeem itself
Right.
either, in my opinion. You find logs which barely make the story more interesting. It does the whole story. Hideous, lifeless piece of media. It was probably too dark, though, to find a pulse amongst all this. Throw in tired tropes of a hot female, scantily clad love interest vampire, dialogue trees, and horrible writing with lines like Eric mustering pretty, pretty to a statue involving 2 chicks that's almost like an AI came up with it. However, I have actually written a solution to my problem with the story. So strap yourselves in. I've shit talked Dark this good decade. And I'm honestly going to skip my next snarky joke I've come up with, and I'm going to rewrite the story with how long do I have left, Tubby?
Just keep going.
Excellent. So let's skip the nightclub introduction altogether and the tutorial. Fuck it. Let's have the very first part of the game be the very first level of the game. At the end of the level, you either fail or succeed, and you stumble into the nightclub or wake up there. I don't really know. So instead of it being nightclub, it's the very first level. Then you meet the hot vampire, and she fills you in with a little bit of the information, but skips most of it and skips the whole tell don't show problem. The second level can bring you. You can then pick maybe one of your vampire buddies to come along with you. You can have some interactions with them. You know, the whole relationship building aspect that would help improve things. Instead of just talking to Rose, the hot vampire, over the headset, have her actually there, or have the non-hot vampire there with you instead. At some point, you might meet someone from the organization that turned you into a vampire. You go to drink the blood of the second vampire, but before you do that, bang, they're shot dead before you can do anything. This then forces you to face the third most powerful vampire. It would then mean that you're going through the game, you're learning stuff, you're finding out more information through those levels, opposed to waking up, having yourself be at the nightclub, and then having Rose tell you everything. It gives you the ability to get into the first level, throws in the stakes of you go to the second, bang, they're dead. You can then fail or succeed wherever they want for the very first level. So you might succeed at drinking the blood. You then get told you need to go to the second vampire or whatever to drink his blood. You don't succeed, which then forces you to go to the even more powerful vampire. It actually would make a more coherent, enjoyable, engaging story and at least add some stakes to it. Because honestly, yeah. So I did have a lot for gameplay also, but since we're only one, that is my viewpoint of story and how I would improve it in the lack of video game experience I have. So,
All right. Okay.
Force, what was the worst bit of the game that it forced you to do?
Well, you already talked about a lot of it. I was gonna say, I'll boil it down my story thing to one note. It's the princess is another castle bullshit. It's like, oh, that didn't work. Maybe go to the next one. Oh, that guy didn't work. Do it again. What? Anyway, that was that was my thing with the story. Story elements. The voice acting I think was horrible. I think it was really dry and dead. I did not like his delivery. He's like, yes, I am. Oh no, I'm like, it was so monotone. I hated it. There was like sometimes dialogue were not given any chance to breathe whatsoever. The next line would immediately start. That was so badly timed and how they talk. You couldn't take it seriously. The sounding was horrible. There was a cutscene where Rose is on her computer and the keyboard is clacking, but she's clearly not typing anything. I just laughed at my ass off. The story was just horrible, in my opinion. Like, this evil group comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, weird. I felt like this was maybe like Van Helsing or something, but no, it's just an evil corporation who wants to, I don't know, make the Abomination from Batman versus Superman. I don't know. Like
evolution or something.
Tom. What was the point of saving Tom? Tom comes in and he dies immediately, even if you save him. What was the point? He just died. I was like, I failed to save Tom. Let me reload. And he's like, yes, I will press the computer once. I'm dead now. What was the point of it? What was like the story? A story to me is often kind of trumps gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not motivated in your story, like Genji says, is like the messages in the mail, and like if you find one of them is from Eric saying he volunteered for this, it is like how there is no other way to know until like this huge bombshell that you're like. Also, who made him? Did we ever learn who made him?
No.
Seriously,
No.
It's gonna be in the sequel.
Do we know who made him?
Yeah,
I'm
pretty. I was gonna say the organizer. I'm pretty sure it was that organization or whatever. I was gonna say it's all very, as I've sort of touched. The story is a load of crap anyway, so they might have gone over it, but honestly, I genuinely can't remember.
Our memories are dark and murky.
Dark and hazy.
Dark and hazy.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the organization or whatever. It might not have been the woman at the end, but it was definitely someone's part of the organization who's running the tests and all that stuff.
That's pretty much all
he
he
volunteered for it.
Yeah, he did. If you read
but you don't know until you don't find out until the end, and you don't give a shit anyway. Why would you care that Eric volunteered for this? What part of the writing, actually does it change?
Give us a really good reason why he chose this. Like,
it was in the audio log book in chapter 3.
I mean, like a better reason.
Oh yeah, one last thing.
I don't know.
Character design, ooze edge.
Yeah.
Give him like fucking 20 belts. Make him wear a hoodie. Such a boring design. Like, I don't know. It's so like maybe like and then like this Scanley Calad Rose with like, and he says, Rose, oh Rose, I must save Rose. I think he cared more about like getting Rose's pants than saving his own life sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I was in that world, I'd probably be the same. That's what I was gonna
That's the
do.
one thing
Turn into
to
a
look forward
ghoul?
to.
Go, maybe like
Can I change my
really
positive
go
to
over turning
roast?
like
To roast.
getting a happy ending. Like, do I want to turn a ghoul or do this?
Honestly, that would have been a better ending than the ones we got.
You just turn into a ghoul. Game ends.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Dark is the prequel to The Witcher 3, and it's actually Eric Bane and Rose in the hot tub at the very start.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
The game also sequel baits you a little bit. At the end, it's like, where are we gonna go? We gotta go find somewhere.
Yeah. It's going to be a sequel. Just wait.
Bit too cliche.
Anyway, I think we can move on to the AI people that are
All right. Sounds good. Go ahead, AI
my
Fenty.
compatriots.
Beep boop. It's me, AI Fenty. As an AI, I don't feel emotions. However, Dark made me really not like the character movement. It felt like I was playing with action figures sometimes, but it was funny. The story was good, but kinda slow. Wasn't really pulling me in.
Hmm.
That is all. Beep boop. Powering
Beep boop.
down.
Hello, it is me. AI. Happy hour prefer.
Hello, happy AI prefer.
Well, I have 3 dislikes. Number 1,
Wow.
random detection levels.
Hmm.
Number 2, odd AI behavior at times.
Okay.
Number
Nice.
3, the last quotation boss battle. Beep boop.
Sweet.
Battle.
Thank you, AI Tailman. I mean, happy hour prefer. All right. Final question. Question 6. What is your final verdict and final rating from 0 to 10 using a 0.5 scale? Take it away, Nakuso.
Okay. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I was here for a good time, not a long time. And I knew coming into dark. Oh, sorry. I knew coming into dark that it wouldn't be a great game. So
What?
I tempered my expectations and had a great time with it. I memed a lot. I laughed a lot at the awful AI programming, the voice acting, being super edgy, dull, like Forrest said, the direction. Even if you have, like, this game proves, even if you have a good voice actor, the direction matters a lot. And when I got to the really annoying sections, I always thought, you know what? What's the funniest way to break the AI? And I did. I love the bushes. I wish there was a bush like that in every stealth game because I would be unstoppable. I did think that, you know, this game, it made me realize over the years in VGBC that my scores could be adjusted a little bit in some games that I previously gave scores to. It made me realize how mediocre this game presents itself. There's some good ideas in here, but you can say that about any game. The execution is lackluster in every way. But you know what? Even if the game is awful, it's one of the worst I played in recent times, I'm still happy that I got to play this game. So thank you, Genji, for voting for it. It's a game that Genji reviewed. That was the first review I seen years ago. And even though I was never going to buy it, just like coming to the full realization almost 12 years later, it's kind of something. Thank you, Genji. It's
You're welcome.
I was trying to think of the word, but
It's
I'm getting
kind
a
of
headache.
wholesome.
That just sounds sarcastic.
Oh, wait.
It's come
no,
full circle.
you,
It's come full circle. There you go.
No, seriously. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 10.
Dang.
Next.
Doc. Whenever you're ready, Soul.
Give me a second. Honestly, I know. I'm pretty sure this. I don't want to be too harsh on the game company that made this, but
Oh, you can.
No, go ahead.
No, you can. This is the final. Your final points.
because I'm pretty because I took a look and I think they're more focused on like city building stuff, and I think this is their. I think this is their like. This is like their experience with something different. I'm looking at their Steam list, but I don't know how to say this with and not in a aggressive way as the last time.
No, do it.
No, go off.
10-2 is off.
It's just
This is
10-2 is turned off right now.
it's just the game. It's just right now. This game had an existential crisis, like with a vampire stealth gameplay and modern day setting and story wise. It still bugs me how like the enemies are they look the same. They somewhat use the same weapons in a sense, along with the bosses. And while there's like strange guilty pleasure coming out of it, just to play as a vampire, it gets watered down by the same repetitive mechanics over and over again. It just doesn't help when you get exposed. You don't. I'm pretty sure it's like you don't have that strong. I know you're not like fully not like a tanky kind of person, but getting shot like by like a few rounds, it's like and like that easily. You're a vampire unless you're using some sort of bullets out of it, like as the guy said.
Mhm.
But again, this game has a lot of issues that might need to be worked on if they ever make a remake or something else out of it. So I'm just gonna give this game 3.5 darkness out of 10.
Nice.
Anyways, let's go on.
All right. So 5 years of doing video game book club, and I can proudly say, without a shadow of a doubt, that DAAAARK is easily, hands down, one of the worst video games that has ever made it into video game book club history. I mean,
Wow. Okay,
that
man.
title still belongs to Sports Story. I'm glad that many of you didn't get to experience that, but DAAAARK is a close second. But you know that's my thing. Apparently, actually, I'll talk about later. But with that being said, Mr. Genji, I'm still very glad that you nominated this game. I know we meme on the game a lot over the years that we've known each other. This was one of the first games that you were always talking to me and Nakuso about, and genuinely, I'm actually happy that it won because kind of like what Nakuso was alluding to earlier. It's cool to see it finally come full circle, and for us to experience this game. You know, really now we're DAAAARK brothers. You know, we got to finally experience 2013, 2015 Genji and what was going through your mind while playing this game. I mean, the game is jank. Don't get me wrong. The story's everywhere. And you play as the slowest moving vampire of all time. But, you know, I cannot deny that I still had a good time with this game. I was just laughing so hard the entire time I was playing. Like, I know that the game is bad. This is one of the worst games in VGBC. But it was honestly bad in the most enjoyable way possible, if that makes sense. Like, it was so bad that it was good. And I enjoyed myself playing this game. It's still terrible, though. Don't get me wrong. This game still sucks. But that's okay. At least I now have a more rounded scale when it comes to video game book club games. So for the first time ever, I give DAAAARK 4 big succulent neck sucks out of 10. This is the very first game I'm going to be placing in the
You made it sound like it was going to be a 1.
4 scale. Oh no. I'm still leaving a room for that one. I know it's going to happen at some point. There's still a lot worse games than DAAAARK. But I think 4 is a pretty good spot to place it in, considering what we played so far in book club. But that's mine. What about you, Genji, the DAAAARK expert? I want to hear your take.
So, I want to quickly, before I get into my final verdict, I want to throw out because obviously we're rounding everything out. I would really have loved to have seen the game introduce the idea that by sucking on people's blood, they would then turn into ghouls sort of very shortly after, which were immune to your powers, which would at least then force you to think about whether or not you want to use your powers because it would require creating more goals
Mhm.
and that kind of thing, which would have definitely have given the game a bit more interest with, a bit more dynamics with gameplay. Ultimately, at its core, Dark is a game. Dark
Mhm.
is a game that doesn't understand itself. It's a stealth game that penalizes you for using stealth. It's an action game that has very uninspired action, and it's a vampire game that somehow succeeds in sucking out all the fun of being a vampire and you as a player. Honestly, the only thing this game successfully accomplishes was evading the trash bin where it belongs. Honestly, take Dark, throw it in a bush, and forget about it, just like the developers clearly did. Thankfully, though, maxing out health and healing lets you just run through the levels, which is, in my opinion, the optimal way to play this game. The game does have challenge modes, which let you replay maps, but that would involve enduring this pitiful existence of a game called a stealth game. The game, as others have touched on, has almost a 4-axis animation for Eric, with the joys of teleporting AI, a terribly thought out skill tree, along with the implementation of it. Plus, throw in some poor lip syncing, and while you might be able to make a case for some of the levels being decently put together, it does have mixtures of high and low ground. You just don't really get to appreciate because the optimal way is just to shadow leap your way through to the next part. The game isn't approved or whatever for Steam Deck. It's been however many years. I don't know why the developers would bother, but you can skip all those issues through playing it in desktop mode. And while I can't use my old review system, I will still give this game a very positive thumbs down with a 3 out of 10. And honestly, since I do have a long history of the game, I'm going to throw it back to old school Genji and steal my pros and cons from my old review. There's some nice coloring and good music. Cons are AI, technical issues, a forgettable story, boring gameplay, and much, much more. In the words of Eric Bain, a distracted guard gave me access. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to thank him. The guard slid to the floor, and he wouldn't be my only victim tonight. And sadly, we're all victims for experiencing this game. I blame Soul Charizard. He should have rigged the previous Wheel of Mystery and attempted Cult of the Lamb. That way, we wouldn't have had to have played this game. Take it away, Force. What score are you going to force yourself to give this game?
So good.
I felt I don't want to retread myself about like what everyone said. I feel like it made me really realize like what stealth game like there's a better bat related stealth game that came out 2 years prior that I would have much rather just have played. That being, again, I said it before, the Arkham, and even an Arkham Knight or even Arkham Asylum came out God knows how many years before. And that does an experience of like the stealth game so much better. And even then, you can maybe have played. It just kind of flops at everything that it tries to do. But it's an unoffensive game, which can be made the worst thing possible for a game. It's not funny bad. It's not good. It's just bad and boring where the gameplay does not elevate it to a certain status that it can trounce the story and vice versa. It doesn't. So it kind of just sits at this like middling, like it's just like in the pool of like forgettable 2010s games. I had a friend of mine ask me, he's like, "What'd you get for the winter sale?" And says, "Oh, I got this game called Dark." And I was like, "What the?" Excuse my French. Why the fuck did you buy this? And I'm like, it was $2. And they're like, okay. Like, I mean, I don't think this game should like though you should pay more than $5 for this game, period, or anything like that. My God. But like, I like the gameplay enough. I thought they were trying some ideas enough that I could get away with giving this game a 5.5 out of 10. I thought like I feel like the mixed result is appropriate for Steam. Being like, I feel like it was a fitting number. It just tries so many things and it just doesn't succeed in anything. And at best, it's fine. At worst, it's bad. But But yeah, that's what I got to say for Dark, the hit 2013 stealth game where you play as vampires.
Awesome. And then AI Fenty.
7.
That's it.
That's it. Just 7.
Just 7?
Wow.
Oh no, there's stuff for you, AI Fenty. It's right above the final score.
Oh, okay. Beep boop, AI Fenty. Sorry, reboot. Dark was pretty fun even with some of its flaws. It was a great game that I was happy to try, especially it being my first time hearing of the game. The vampire combat was what really kept me invested. 7.
Dang, that's pretty high. Thank you, AI Fenty.
Wow.
I just hear great and dark in the same sentence.
Yep.
Cool.
What about you, AI
It does a
Tailman?
great job of not excelling at anything. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Guess that works.
Hello, it is me, AI Tailman. It's definitely a game of all time to kick off 2025. 6.5 out of 10.
Dang,
It's one of the games of all time, baby.
you AI people. That's pretty good. All right. So, with that said, here's the final score breakdown. Nakuso gave it a 5. Soul Charizard, a 3.5. Tubimora, a 4. Genji, a 3. Force, a 5.5. AI Fenty, a 7. AI Tailman, a 6.5. So, calculating it all out, Doc gets our final average rating of 34.5 out of 70, or 49.3%. Or another way to look at it, it's 0.7% worse than Luigi's Mansion 3. So, with that said, Genji, do you know what time it is?
Dinner time?
Yes, it is bonus mystery dinner question time. Take it away, Genji. What's the bonus mystery question?
So, my bonus mystery question was, because Dark, I should probably look up exactly what it was I sent you, but in summary, Dark is a game that has lots of non-happy, cheerful, sort of bland characters. So what character would you add from video game? Oh, thank you, Tubby.
You're welcome.
Quote unquote from what I said. In Dark, we come across a whole range of uncharismatic individuals. Who could we introduce into the Dark universe, add a bit of flair and charisma, and what would they do?
All right. Nakuso, take it
Okay.
away.
All right. So I would add the game. Like, this is so funny. A game that was also voted by Genji in 2024.
Uh-oh.
And that is Baldur's Gate 3's Asterion. Who else has them?
Ooh, that's good.
Anyone else?
Ooh.
that just me?
No, that's just
Yeah.
He does.
Good choice.
He does have potential.
Mm-hmm.
Take the question super seriously.
The eccentric vampire. Baldur's Gate 3 to Doc. And since he is so different from that game, it would just be funny for him to come into this one with his same, like the same way he voice acts, talking to other characters and how they actually act around here. It'll be so out of place in this world. And I would just like laugh of how that conversation would go between Eric and Asterion. And I thought it would just be so funny
Nice.
just to have the gameplay edition from Baldur's Gate be turn-based. Only when you're playing as Asterion.
Dang. So
In
no
the
one's going to
dark
swap over?
road.
No one's ever going to swap back to Eric?
Yeah, no. And it turned the whole Doc game into a turn-based stealth game, which actually sounds like a lot of fun.
It actually
Just
does.
imagine-
I like that.
Let's imagine Asterion in this world,
Mm-hmm.
wondering what the hell is going on. Why are all the vampires on drugs? Literally. And why do they all use guns? It's so confusing. And he kills them all and has their kids. The end.
What?
Amen. I love it.
All right. How about you, Soul?
Okay, so I want you to pick on two. I want you guys to pick for me for this one. I picked 2 actors and one's a character.
Okay.
So first one is Keanu Reeves. The other is Johnny Depp because he did play as a vampire before.
Oh my god, I forgot about that movie. Okay.
And then
Deathly Hollows or something.
no, Dark Shadows.
Oh,
The third one is that lady from Underworld.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
okay.
was a vampire, I believe. So give me a pick.
I'm honestly, any of them would work to help fix this game.
Honestly, like because if it was Keanu Reeves, it was gonna be a meme. He's like he doesn't age. He doesn't age in some of the pictures.
All right, Keanu Reeves. Let's hear it. Keanu Reeves, then.
No, because I didn't make a full information out of him. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Then Dark Shadows.
Okay, so Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
I don't know. He just had. If it was gonna be like a funny kind of thing, it was. I feel like his charisma as playing as Jack Sparrow would kind of fit for it, along with as being as a vampire
Mm-hmm.
in some situations. I don't know where he would fit into this, but it wouldn't. I think he would make like a really good entertaining character,
Oh yeah.
or Eric, some sort of banter between him and Eric,
Mm-hmm.
or at least something like that can improve the game, like any cutscenes of them just
Yeah.
like showing up.
Oh, honestly, yeah. Like what you were saying. Like any of those three. Literally add anything, it'll improve the game.
Yeah. And the other one was like, and I won't talk much about this one, but the other one is just like the Underworld lady, the vampire lady in Underworld. I'm pretty sure she has much more depth of like modern day society. Like, and she could probably help him like unlock his full potential as a vampire.
Celine.
I think so.
I just looked it up.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah, so she could probably help improve the gameplay for as playing as Eric Bane as like a teacher.
Yes,
so
please.
That could probably work. Yeah. Anyways, that's about it. Next.
Dang, all of you guys pick like actual choices.
I was thinking
oh, I
too.
didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, I picked Parappa the rapper.
Nice.
I want Parappa to just. There's a lot of things they need to do to fix this game, and there's not enough budget, money, or time, or people who are willing to work on this. So just throw in like a Parappa mod, have Parappa just next to you, just rapping every single thing you do. So he'd be like, "Suck on the neck," and then you'd be all like, "Suck on the neck, neck," and then you just you just keep repeating that on loop. And I think I'll have exponentially like so much more fun with this game. And really, you just gotta work with what you got. So Parappa. If they had him in the game rapping every single thing I do, I would love it. But yeah, that's mine. What about you, Genji?
So I really picked this question because I thought, based on his wisecracking and antics, I think Nathan Drake would be a really good
Ooh.
addition to the game.
All right.
I mean, just his charisma, his hair gel, just all the things that make Nathan Drake a lovable psychopath would be fantastic. And just having him crack some humor and jokes in that while, you go through the game, I think would make it a lot more fun and interesting. And also all that hair gel, I think would, really spice up the
100%.
gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
So you could probably even introduce like a hair gel sort of skill path where you just end up getting so much hair gel you could just fling at enemies and they could get stuck where they are, and you could sneak around them and they can't move because they're
That
stuck
sounds
to the ground with hair
amazing.
gel.
That's like
think that'd be
gameplay
a pretty-
dynamic.
Yeah, really adds, a bit of, slickness to the game. And then if you get too much hair gel on a character, you can't suck their blood because you can't get your teeth through the copious amounts of hair gel. So you'd have a wisecracking, character, and you have to weigh up the risk versus reward of slathering the people's bodies with gel.
What in the
So-
world? Genji, did you just
Yeah.
develop a game mechanic that has risk and reward in this game?
Perhaps I was going to say, come to me, Olga, I'll come up with all the risk and reward.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, dang, it actually sounds like a legit, like awesome
I was-
power.
Going to say story, gameplay, goals, rewriting everything, one VGBC at a time.
All right.
So now, AI Force, the question for you though, which character would you force into dark?
Okay, here's my joke answer because I was tired and I just wanted to end it. God, where did I put it? Oh no, I lost it. Oh shoot, give me a second. Oh shoot.
Just let me know. I can send it to you.
No, it's fine. I just accidentally closed the tab. It's fine. Alright. In accordance with the developer of Animal Well, aka when Halo 2 meets Halo 3,
Heck yeah.
I would add Chris Pratt from the Super Mario movie because, in the words of Shigeru Miyamoto and Donkey, he's so cool. He's so cool. You know, you would say, with we just add another titan of voice acting into this amazing game. It would be like, and you would do his Chris Pratt shenanigans of not doing a voice for a character that clearly is supposed to. Anyway, so I think that will elevate the game to a new stratospheric levels of, in comparison, the voice acting will be like, holy shit, this is amazing, after hearing Chris Pratt in the hit movie Super Mario and Garfield.
Awesome.
And you say, I love stomping ghouls.
I like it.
The end.
The end. Thank
I told you I
AI
didn't take the
Force.
questions super.
No, Chris Pratt. Like I said, you literally add anything into this game and you're automatically
No, I
improving
said
it.
Chris Pratt from the Super Mario.
Oh, sorry, Chris
movie,
Pratt
okay?
from Super Mario specifically. My bad.
Exactly, all right?
Jeez.
All
Not like
right.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the Super Mario one.
Specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, they need to get on it quick.
Shigeru Miyamoto says he's so cool. He's so cool, man.
All right. AI Fenty, what about you?
Hello, this is me, AI Fenty. For the bonus mystery question, Dark was missing Dave the Diver. He would be chilling at the bar telling you about his story, and it needed a bright, goofy character. Beep boop. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Thank you, AI Fenty. What about you, AI Tailman?
It is I, AI Tailman. Bonus mystery question. If I had to add one character, it would be Blade from the movie Blade from the series Marvel.
Oh, that's a
Blade.
Blade is not from.
Blade. Because he can always teach a lesson to fools who are always trying to ice skate uphill.
What the heck?
That's an actual line from the movie.
Oh my god.
Laughter.
Nice. Beautiful.
That's a good one.
Thank you, AI Tailman. All right. That concludes this episode of Video Game Book Club. And thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to join the Video Game Book Club Discord and play and discuss video games alongside us and the community,
Yes,
the link
dude.
will be in the description box below. With that said, take care, have a good one, and we will catch you in the next episode of Video Game Book Club. Say goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You know,
Goodbye, AI Tailman.
Blade
AI
is just like Eric.
Fenty.
He's not like a full vampire.
Goodbye.